Well, a lot of attention this week has been on the technology, focus, and dedication demonstrated by today's Air Force. A quiet, humble reminder of the Air Force's roots and a different type of dedication and sacrifice is on display in a hangar in Colorado Springs. This B-17 bomber is a reminder of the tremendous loss and sacrifice that built today's Air Force. On a dark and stormy night during World War II on February 23, 1943, an Army Air Corps C-49 cargo plane was on a training mission from Pueblo to Denver. The pilot became disoriented in the snow and the plane crashed into the north face of Blodgett Peak on what is now the Air Force Academy's property. The pilot and two crew members lost their lives on that night over 70 years ago. Between 1942 and 1945, about 300 bombers, fighters, and training planes crashed along the Front Range. The Colorado Springs area is home to more than any other. The city is ringed by wreck sites, a B-24 Liberator on Cheyenne Mountain, another above the Flying W Ranch, a trio of B-29 Super Fortresses, the model that dropped the atomic bomb on the plains east of town. In fact, the state has almost 700 documented military crashes. Between 1942 and 1945, the United States was forced to transform from a nation of farmers and factory workers into the greatest air force in the world. That transformation came at a very high price. An estimated 15,000 servicemen were killed in training flights in planes such as these before ever getting the opportunity to see battle.
A lot of people sacrificed so that we can have the standard of living that we enjoy right now. And a lot of people still remember their parents, their grandparents that fought in these airplanes. They came out and it's very emotional for them.
These were young kids flying these planes. Training was short. You had new pilots and new aircraft. There were problems. For all the buttons, dials, and gauges that these planes had, the one thing that they didn't have that's kind of hard to fathom in this electronic age, navigation. Today, the Liberty Foundation's 2017 Salute to Veterans Tour takes this restored B-17 around the country as a living museum and a reminder of the sacrifices made by the brave Americans who risked and gave their lives in the fight for freedom. This Memorial Day weekend, as we wish the very best to our 2017 U.S. Air Force Academy graduates, a third of whom will be continuing on to flight school, it's also important to remember the thousands who gave their lives in the skies of Colorado and the world to give birth to today's modern Air Force and defend our freedoms still today. In Colorado Springs, Mike Everett, KRDO, News Channel 13.
Had no idea so many planes had gone down in this area. If you'd like to visit or even fly in the Madras Maiden B-17 bomber, it'll be on display this weekend at the Colorado Springs Airport.